I don't. It's true.
What?
The Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
And we now know that these mosquitoes can get Zika virus very easily from biting somebody, and the world is flat. And so I think when we all look at this, we have to learn from it. Zika will be the first of many viruses over the years because the world is flat.
Flat Earth, you go Flat Earth, you go to YouTube, you're going to get nothing but debunker videos. Like, why are they making videos debunking Flat Earth if it's so stupid? Right. Why are there people making videos and spending a lot of time, full-time jobs, debunking what we live on?
Yeah.
Why are they doing that? How does Flat Earth have such legs? How does it have legs? It's so dumb.
Right.
How is it just keeps growing and growing? People are waking the fuck up. People are waking the fuck up. People are waking the fuck up. People are waking the fuck up.
So how old were you when you discovered that?
That was 6 months ago.
Just 6 months ago?
6 months ago. So 7 months ago, I believed we live in a ball, in a spinning ball. Yeah, it's amazing.
And do you get ridiculed for
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Every day. But I don't care.
Hey man, you ever look into Flat Earth? I wouldn't be surprised if that was all organized and started by the deep state.
I wouldn't doubt it either.
Yeah. I Storm Area 51. Oh, that's the most retarded thing I've ever heard.
September 20th. Fucking.
Yeah, they're telling. Yeah.
Yeah, let them know it.
If by the 1 in a trillion chance they really do have crashed UFOs, there, you think they're gonna just keep them there if like 1 million people show up?
Oh, by the way, Area 51 is almost a distraction. The real shit is in a mountain 10 miles away that's been hollowed out.
I think it's just all a trick to make us believe because you can't have a fake alien invasion without space. You can't have a fake alien invasion without the belief in infinite space and aliens and the Big Bang and all that shit's all connected. It's all about the one world government. It's all about the one world government. Nothing quicker. Nothing. There's no other way, really, that we could usher in the new world order. No better way, no faster way than a fake alien invasion. That's what this is all about. I mean, who knows? Maybe all this Trump, Epstein, Q, maybe all that is a distraction from the real truth. And the real truth is what we're on and who made this.
Who do you think made it?
A god? Some higher intelligence? Some divine intelligence? Because obviously we know the elite, a lot of them, like at the highest levels, they're Satanists.
Yeah, for sure.
And the elite, the beings at the high level, they have all the latest technology. They have all the secret knowledge. They know way more than the peasants, for sure. Peasants don't know shit. They know it. So if they know all this shit and they're doing satanic rituals with children and the Vatican's fucking insane and all this Luciferianism and paganism, all this shit, if they're doing that, then there has to be a God. There has to be. Why else would they be worshiping the fallen angel if he didn't fall from nowhere? It doesn't make any sense. Someone had to create us. We didn't come from nothing. Like the Big Bang, people just believe that shit. People don't even know that a priest invented the Big Bang theory. A priest, not a scientist, a priest. Maybe he was a scientist too, but you know what? He was a priest. I think it all comes from infinite space, aliens, and all that shit. Do you think we live under a dome? I don't know, but it's hard to find the truth being a peasant because I don't have access to, high level technology. I can't go up in space. I don't want, people say, why don't you go up in space? Like, dude, are you kidding?
Fuck?
Are you kidding? They'll kill me. They'll kill anybody. So I'm not. So we have to figure it out for ourselves, and I do it by a process of elimination, basically. You know, we start with what is CNN saying? Okay, that's not it. All right, by process of elimination, whatever they're pushing, it's not the truth. So now we're on have a better direction, a better idea, and then you just go by what we know. You know, what do we know for sure? We know that there's this magnetic force in the north that all compasses point to. That we wouldn't be where we're at right now without compasses. Without compasses, you get lost in the ocean. How would you fucking know where you're at? They figured out that no matter where you're at, this compass is going to point to the north. So for a fact, there's this force in the north. Okay, we know that. And then also for a fact, we know that Polaris, the North Star, is right over the North Pole. And it just so happens that it's fixed and it stays over the North Pole. So we know that. And then when you look at time-lapse pictures of space, all the stars are rotating around Polaris. You know, it looks different like in the south a little bit, because who knows if what is, I mean, people say that, you know, the belief that we're in some kind of enclosed system or a dome is retarded, but they still can't explain how there can exist a vacuum of space and then gas pressure without a barrier. Nobody can explain that. How is space an infinite vacuum? It's the opposite of this. We have gas pressure here. You can't have an infinite vacuum and gas pressure without some kind of barrier. It's impossible. And then some people say, they're just theorizing, well, the higher you get, the thinner the air is, so at some point it gets so thin it turns into a vacuum. That's not how vacuums work. You need a barrier. That's a theory. That's bullshit. But you can't, there's no scientific lab on Earth where you can show an example of a vacuum next to gas pressure without a barrier.
Let's just take a gas. In some volume, V, and over here is going to be vacuum of equal volume, and we're going to remove the barrier. You know what's going to happen spontaneously, right? The gas is going to fill the available volume once it becomes available.
So we know there's like stuff we know for sure, and on another thing I know for sure is that the sun and the moon are on the same path. I know that because I pay attention. You know, people don't pay attention to the moon because it's on the same path as the sun, but it's slower. It's a slower path, and if you pay attention, the next, like we know that every day at noon, depending on what season you are, like let's just say we're in summer now. Every day at noon, the sun is going to be in pretty much the same spot. Yeah. In the winter, every day at noon, the sun's going to be in a different spot because it's winter, right? But in the summer, every day. But the moon, although it's on the same path as the sun, rises from the east, sets in the west. It's in the same fucking path. But since it's slower, every night you look at the moon every night at the same time, like from the same spot. Because it's perspective is tough, because sometimes you be on the freeway and go, oh look, the moon's over there now, but then when you get home, it's why is it over there? It's perspective. So when you're doing your own moon observations, you got to be in this exact same spot to really get an idea of what the moon is doing. So every night you look at the moon at 10 o'clock at night. It's going to be slightly more to the east. And then the next night, it's going to be over there at the same time. And then the next night, it's going to be over there. But the sun is going like this. And the moon's going like this. Sun, you calculate. Oh, the sun, it looks like it's almost setting. It's probably 5:30. You already calculate. You could tell, you could guess at what time it is by looking at the sun. The moon, you can't, because the moon is slower. It's on a different cycle. It's on a 28-day cycle. And think about this. If the moon is caught in Earth's orbit and it's rotating around the Earth, it's not and the sun is caught in the Earth is caught in the sun's rotation, how is it that the sun and the moon are on the same path? They're on the same fucking path. You know the odds of that happening? The moon would be on a whole different path than the sun. It's doing the exact same thing on the sun. On the flat Earth model, if the flat Earth model is like this, and this is the North Pole right here, and this is it right here, and it's the ice wall. The North in the flat Earth model, the North is the center. Polaris, boom, wherever you go, you know where the North is. The sun and the moon go around the Earth like this, in a clockwork fashion. Sun's faster than the moon. On the flat, so if you pay attention to the moon, people don't pay attention to the moon. They just look up. Like you ask 99% of the people, what is the difference between the sun's path and the moon's path? They won't even know. They're just, because when you look at the moon, you go out at night, you get in your car, you look at the moon, and it's just there. You're not keeping track of it. No one keeps track of it.
All right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I know for sure. And then what else do I know? I know the moon missions were faked. I know there's no pictures of fucking space. They're all CGI, and they admit this. They say, oh, satellites can't take pictures. They take strips of data, and then we have to get a CGI artist. I'm like, okay. So right there, I'm like, dude, none of this shit makes sense, man.
Right.
None of this shit makes sense. Why would I believe anything coming from liars? Well, you know what I mean? Why? So I just go by, I don't know. I'm just going by process of elimination. What are we raised with? We're raised with space. Kids, space. Red flag. Why do they want to get kids with space so hard? Because they know that's when the indoctrination sets in as kids. Same thing with religion. You want your kid to be Catholic? Shit, you better get him when he's a kid. You better tell him about God and hell and all that shit and take him to church. Shit. 90% of the time, that motherfucker gonna be Catholic. You know what I mean? No one chooses their religion, generally. They're the religion of their parents, and their parents are the religion of their parents.
That's even
That's
crazier.
super indoctrination, right?
Yeah. Religion's the only thing you allow your parents to pick for you.
And look what they're doing to the kids. They're shoving dinosaurs and space down their throat. And the dinosaurs, it's part of the New World Order. It's part of it. It's part of space because it shows evolution. It shows, oh look, evolution is real. It started with the Big Bang, and everyone fucking believes that. Zero evidence. No one knows anything about fucking the Big Bang Theory, but if you say you believe in it, you're considered a smart person. And you don't know shit about it. You know nothing about it. Out of nothing, everything just came about and just exploded. Where's the evidence? There's no fucking evidence of that.
It's magic.
So shut the fuck up with this fucking Big Bang Theory shit.
Magic. That's
you have
magic.
no evidence, and you like cling on to it with zero evidence. You didn't even know that a priest came up with that shit. Yeah, I did. You know what I mean? So I just go by what I know. I know the sun and the moon are doing the exact same thing. They're going around this fucking plane in a clockwork fashion. The middle of this thing we live on, highly magnetic. Fucking there's a star over it that just stays there. That magnetism must be strong as shit. And all the other stars are going around it. That's science. When you're looking at time-elapse photography, that's science. There's one direction all the stars are going. They're going around. They're not going they're not like zigzagging. But according to mainstream science, you know, there should be at least 4 motions of the stars because, you know, we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour on our own axis, and then we go around the sun at 60,000 miles an hour, and then the sun goes around the center of the Milky Way at 600,000 miles an hour, and then the Milky Way shooting through the universe at 1,000,000 miles an hour. There should be time-elapse photography with the stars doing all the zigzaggy shit. We see the Big Dipper year-round. We see that year-round. We shouldn't see that in 6 months. We shouldn't see that in 6 months. Every 6 months, there should be a completely different look at the stars. It should be totally different.
Based on the act.
So it goes on forever, dude. The sun, 93 million miles an hour. People just eat that shit up. They have no idea how they figured it out. Give me a list of 10 scientists that figured that out and tell me how they figured it out. Nobody can do that. And people believe that. So give me 3 scientists that figured out that the sun is 93 million miles away, and then tell me how they did it. No one knows. They just believe it. No one knows. They just, it's not even, it says it on Google. I looked at Google. Even DuckDuckGo says it, bro. You know? So I don't know shit. I just don't trust liars. That's just me. It's not that I believe crazy shit. It's that I don't believe the stupid shit coming from mainstream science that has no proof,
a
has
Nazi,
zero proof.
A Scientologist, a fucking a Satanist, and and Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Basically invented.
Yeah.
And just think about that. Just think about those two people, L. Ron Hubbard and Walt Disney, and what they created after that. These giant, multi-billion, multi-million-dollar companies that just make money, dude, and money and money. It's almost like they're set up to succeed because they're part of this giant money grab that I honestly believe NASA is.
You know what's crazy? You'll notice this. You go to the movies every now and then?
Yeah.
So when you go to a movie, you think you could escape shit. Like we're trying to keep Coca-Cola. Oh, even though I love Coca-Cola and I just try to keep it limited to like one a month. I just had one, like one a month. You can't keep Coca-Cola from your kids. It's everywhere. You take them to the movies. They're gonna. My son is like, can I get a Coca-Cola? They know what they're doing, and they've the entertainment. When you go watch a movie, they always show you the world. They always show you a ball Earth, like Universal. Yep. They always show you that ball Earth, like right before the movie. Boom! They show it to you. But since Neil deGrasse Tyson came out and said that Earth is actually an oblate spheroid, it's kind of like a ball like this, like a ball that's been smashed like that. He says it's chubbier at the edges. Dude, they're showing oblate spheroids before every movie now. Go to the ArcLight. They show, it's not painted out as Earth, like the Universal Studios logo, which is actual Earth, and you see the fucking curvature, and it looks just like that shit that they're showing you on the internet, like that it's real with like the arms of the ISS and all that shit. It's just like that picture. But now they're showing you oblate spheroids before every movie.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Eddie Bravo, I love you with all my heart.
Love you too, dog.
You're the fucking G among the G's.
Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over. Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made from the White House.
Waiting for your call.
Thank you, Mr. President.
No, I won't risk it all. So tell me where to go. Tell me where to go tonight.
It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here.
Cold is caving in. My patience is painless. Tell me if it's wrong. Tell me if it's wrong, alright.
The collective gravity of the stars, the planets, the moons, the gas clouds, the black holes, the whole galaxies. When we do this, 85% has no known origin. 85% of the gravity has no known origin. There it is.
I just can't tell you how proud we for every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world.
There is no reference to what we think it is. Because in fact, we have no idea. Because in fact, we have no idea. We have no idea. We have no idea. We have no idea. We have no idea.
Say that I adore you.
I say, yeah, because 85% of the gravity has no known origin. There it is.
Waiting for your call. I'm waiting for your call.
85% of the gravity has no known origin. There it is.